It's been a while, peeps. Into the Light brought me back into Destiny 2 after taking a month break, and it's safe to say I am completely hooked. The chase for powerful loot is back, and this video will kick off a series of reviews of each of the prize weapons that are being released with the latest update, and we kick things off with a returning SMG that was an absolute S-tier weapon during the Forsaken era, which got sunset with the release of Beyond Light. The Recluse is back, and we will cover all things PVE and PVP. Consider liking this video as it's my first one in a while. I'm on the algorithm's naughty list. Let's begin. The Recluse is a lightweight frame SMG of the Void elements, currently obtainable and easy to farm in Onslaught, Shaxx rank up packages, the chest near Shaxx in the new social space, and R-Site's weekly bounties. This SMG was originally released during the Forsaken era and became one of the most powerful primary weapons for ad clearing in PvE and strong in PvP. But these are different times, peeps. The gun has been reprised with random rolls and a host of good combinations to choose from. In PvE, the role of this weapon is mainly ad clearing, with a need for speed when it comes to reloading, and with a chance to roll Void build synergy perks in both 3rd and 4th columns. It is perfect for Falcon Hunter or Volatile Titan builds. Let's go over some of the main perks of this weapon, starting with the 3rd column. Feeding Frenzy, which originally rolled with this weapon in its first iteration back in the day, getting a single kill maxed out its reload on getting a kill. That is no longer the case as it uses stacks now. While still a decent perk, there are far better options, such as Threat Detector and Enlightening Action. Both these perks are decent options as they both max out handling and reload when paired with the base god roll, which we will discuss later on, but Enlightened Action edges it, as simply doing some damage will guarantee max stacks of the buff it provides, achieving a 1.3 second of reload speed. For Void builds, Repulsor Brace is also an exceptional perk when paired with volatile builds. Looking at you, Falcon, as getting Void volatile kills grants overshields. Moving on to the 4th column, boy, they really butchered Master of Arms, the OG perk on Recluse that made it so strong. The 20% buff to damage has been replaced with a 15% buff instead, with Frenzy also available on this column, which provides the exact same damage buff on top of maxing out reload. Master of Arms is basically useless. It's the lesser of the damage perks available, just don't go for Master of Arms. Surrounded is also present, providing a 40% buff to damage when surrounded by 3 or more combatants, but can be very situational and inconsistent to proc. Destabilizing rounds is also present, but personally I wouldn't bother with it either. Yes, paired with Repulsor Brace sounds fun, but it takes away a reload perk. Pairing Repulsor with Frenzy makes more sense, as Frenzy will max out that reload, not to mention that its silly internal cooldown that Destabilizing rounds has. It's just not worth it, people. Finally, the perk that is most consistent is Desperate Measures. Getting a Recluse kill grants a 10% buff to damage, and upon landing grenade or melee kills, the stack can max out, reaching 30% damage, which refreshes on each kill. This, when paired with Devour and its origin trait, Indomitability, and running Void, you'll have a high uptime of grenades, being able to keep Desperate Measures damage buff stack high. So from a neutral gameplay point of view, you're looking for Enlightened Action paired with Desperate Measures, whilst if looking for Void build synergy, my pick is Repulsor Brace and Frenzy. Let's quickly go over the neutral gameplay god roll, but first, slap that like button if you're finding this video informative and sub if you're new to the channel. So, from a stats point of view, we want to get reload as high as possible, achieving that 1.3 seconds of reload speed. The reload masterwork, paired with either Hammerforge rifling or full bore, will help achieve this, with the latter providing a minor stat penalty to stability. Enlightened Action, when at max stacks, maxes out reload and handling, making it very strong ad clearer when paired with Desperate Measures. If using the Void synergy build roll, spec into a range masterwork instead, as Frenzy will max out reload regardless, paired with full bore or Hammerforged, and either ricochet rounds or high cal. For normal gameplay, the weapon is fun to use and quite strong, but as soon as you get into higher difficulties, it falls off. As soon as you enter Legend Onslaught, it falls off massively. Whilst it's probably best in class, lightweight SMGs are not hard hitters, it does feel underwhelming in high-end activities. Maybe a buff to the archetype would boost its standing, but for now, I would just vault it. Moving on to PvP, I hate SMGs personally as a bona fide hand cannon stan, and Recluse in the Crucible, for me personally, just feels a bit off. Its frame allows for faster movement speed when equipped and has 100 recoil direction, making arrowhead break pointless on this weapon. It has a TTK of 0.67 seconds at tier 6 resilience or lower, anything higher turns it to 0.73. Its zoom stat of 13 makes it horrible for dueling, with its base range of 18 meters capable of hitting 20 meters with the best perks. The obvious perks to go for are Dynamic Sway in the 3rd column, and a toss up between Target Lock and Tap the Trigger in the 4th. Let me tell you, target lock is not worth it. All it does is ensure a TTK of 0.67 seconds across all resilience types, and that is as long as you land all your shots in a burst. Tap the trigger, on the other hand, just makes the gun feel snappier with that 40 stability boost. Personally, I would look for dynamic sway and tap the trigger, although I feel the archetype is not as strong as higher impact frames. Needless to say, don't bother with counterbalance stock on this weapon. It provides no benefit as the recoil is already maxed out. I would look for the following PvP roll: Hammerforged in the first for that 10 range boost, Ricochet rounds for 5 range and 10 stability, paired with the aforementioned 3rd and 4th column perks, alongside a range masterwork. That's it for this video, peeps. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and sub if you're new to the channel. Next up, with Cascade Point now re-enabled, I will review Edge Transit. It's very strong and has a couple of decent perks to choose from. This was Plasma Alchemist. Your viewership much appreciated. Until next time, see you later.
Remind me to bring you along. Fight forever, Guardian!